I don't know why I love you like I do. After all the changes that you put me through, you stole my money and my cigarettes. That I haven't seen, I no hear of you yet. I wanna know, won't you tell me, am I in love to stay? Yeah, yeah. Take me to the river and wash me down. Won't you cleanse my soul and put my feet on the ground? I don't know why she treated me so bad. After all the things that we could have had, love is an ocean that I can't forget. My sweet 16, I will never regret. I wanna know, won't you tell me, am I in love to stay? Ooh, yeah. Hold me, love me, please me, tease me, till I can't, till I can't, I can take no more. Take me to the river. I don't know why I love you like I do. After all the things that you put me through, the 16 candles burning on my wall. Turn me into the biggest, the fool of them all. I wanna know, won't you tell me, am I in love to stay? I wanna know, take me to the river. I wanna know, dip me in the water. I wanna know, won't you wash me in the water? Wash me in the water. Wash me in the water. Won't you wash me in the water? Feeling good, yeah, yeah.
Hello and welcome to this first lesson of playing Take Me to the River by Al Green. So I thought in this first lesson I wanted to go through what the general chord progression is and what the bass line is and what those horns and string lines are, because that's what we're gonna put together, because they are the most recognizable things about this song. So we're gonna try to put them together into one guitar arrangement. But before we get to work on each individual bit, I want to just so you get a general overview of what this song is about. Okay, so it would be really easy to say that this song is in E, right? Because that's what it feels like. It always comes back to here. But I looked at a website when I was researching this, and it said this song is in A, and it could be easy to think that if you're too married to music theory ideas and you always want to cram everything into that how does it work with the modes? And we're on the advanced course now, and we're supposed to do the modes, and you could say, oh, this song is in A, because this is chord 5, and it's a dominant 7 chord, and then it goes to 4 and to 1. But, and I've seen that, as I said, I saw it on a webpage where they were saying that. And they also said the tempo is 119, which is not true either. But it would be easy to think that if you're like a beginner, you haven't played that much, you know your theory, and you think you can apply theory to everything that comes around, and you're looking for like the truth, you know? So you'd be like, E, D, and A. Well, that's in A, because that's chord 1, 4, and 5. But it really isn't, because this song is in E. And the reason it is in E is because it sounds like home here. And then we're using this D chord, which then, if that's 1, even though it's dominant 7, we can call it a 1 dominant 7 and think like this is a blues. So we're not really thinking about the key of E here. But to fit this in with Roman numerals, we call this 1 dominant 7. And then we call this guy, that's a tone down, right? We call him a flat 7x. Because it's not a 7 chord, that would be the 7 chord, that's a minor 7 flat 5. We lowered him and we made him major. That's why it's a 7, flat 7x. And then A is chord 4, because E is 1, 4 is A. And then really quickly, we kind of play a G. Kind of. It's so quick, and it's more, you could almost say it's an E minor 7, and then followed by E major or E dominant 7, so you get that minor to major thing. But I think it's kind of a G, but really quick. So a G would be a flat 3x, because E is 1, F sharp minor is 2, G sharp minor is 3, so flatten that and major. And you find that in Smells Like Teen Spirit. Same key. There. Lots of tension, flat 3x. Tension, tension, tension. Okay, so you could say that this song is in E, but it's a blues. Dominant 7 E, flat 7x, 4, and then really quick. But we can kind of ignore that for now. So flat 7x, 4, back to 1. Okay? What other songs do we have that? Well, it's a sound, isn't it? You've heard that. Well, for example, that's Back in Black, right? E, D, A. AC/DC always uses the flat 7x. They love that chord. What other song? Get Back. There's loads. And this is a sound. 1, flat 7x, 4, back to 1. It really is a sound. We almost had it at Sunshine of Your Love as well, although we kept going back to the 5 chord there, but it was those. It's a similar thing. Okay, so that's the verse. That's what it does. Let's talk about the bridge, starting on chord flat 6x. Sounds complicated. It isn't really. Here's chord 1, E, right? That's chord 6. We all know that. Going down like that. But we're going here. Flat 6. And it's major. So flat 6x. And then let's say we were playing a blues here and we go to the 5 chord. We go there. To a G. That's a flat 3x in E. Remember? Just thought about that. And then let's say we're in a blues here and we go into chord 5. That's there. That's a D. And then let's say we're playing a blues in D and we go to chord 5. So it's that sound of going up to the 5 chord. But you just keep doing that. That's a very interesting way to create a great section, to move the other way around. So you normally up a 4th, but the other way around now. And then there's some extensions here that the horns do and the guitars do a little bit and stuff, and it's difficult to completely pin down because they they're kind of moving over each other. But let's call it, where if we're on the first chord here, the C, we could say that is a C sus4. You could also have said that would be C sus4, but an F of a C. See how similar that is? When we go to G, we actually do that. Instead of playing G sus, play C over G. When we go to D, we play D sus4 again, but we don't want to put that up here. That would be wouldn't really fit in the style, but here. And then A, I've just added some 6s and dominant 7s. You know, the kind of thing. So C with a bit of a sus4 thing there. G with a C, same kind of idea. D, low sus4. A, 6, 7. And then at the end there of this bridge, it's a 2/4 bar, so it just goes A7. And then straight into the chorus. Okay, let's talk about that chorus. It's not the same as the verse. In the verse we're on an E, and then we're going to D, A, quick G, back. In the chorus, we're just kind of staying on the E. Some horns and stuff going on. And we add these dominant 7 and 6 extensions. First time we kind of go up. And second time go down, actually all the way down there, but it's that movement going up and then going down, and it's the 6s and dominant 7s. We'll get into more of the detail of that when we actually play that part. And then we have the middle 8 starting on a C sharp minor. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? So we've been playing a blues here. E is dominant 7, and all these chords were like, not all of them, but that was outside the key, that's not outside the key, that's outside the key. And then we hit C is outside the key, so lots of things that happen here. We don't feel like we're playing in E major. Doesn't sound like E major, right? It sounds more blues. So when we hit the middle 8, he goes to C sharp minor, and all of a sudden we're embracing that key signature of E, that harmonic Ionian, and Aeolian, because this is Aeolian, C sharp minor, Ionian will be there, right? We're embracing that language all of a sudden, and this is what's so amazing about this song. All that is opens it all up. We've been here. And then genius, absolute genius. And then the chord 4. You could that would be, chord 4 is Lydian. And before we had been, see, that's the Lydian note. Before we've been playing a dominant 7 on the E. Kind of been indicating that that's Ionian rather than Lydian because of that 5 chord, although I was saying earlier we shouldn't think about this as modal, but here we have to. That's chord 6, that's chord 4, and it just makes this whole song just like super melodic. So clever. So we go twice between that, 6/4, 6/4, and then down here, lots of tension, flat 3x on the G, and then the 5 chord, which we haven't had. We haven't had the 5 chord in this blues. At the end, we stay on that for 3 bars, and then we go back to the chorus, which is E, right? 5 to 1. So it's an incredible. It is obviously a masterpiece, but just harmonically, to use that language of blues in E, and then the tension, flat 7, 4, same as Get Back by the Beatles. bridge, outside the key, move the wrong way, move the wrong way, move the wrong way, and then 2 4-bar, and then chorus. Different variations on that E chord, and then middle 8. Oh, now we are in the key of E after all. I like to put an add 9 here actually on the A. And I like using those open strings. That would be sus2, A sus2 rather than A add 9, because there's no third. There it is, a third. There's just such great chords to go between 6 and 4. And then flat 3x to the 5 chord and back to the 1 again. So yeah, it's amazing stuff, isn't it? I genuinely think this is a proper masterpiece that Al Green has put together here. Let's look at some parts I started off with transcribing in order to get the